and welcome back to Come Geek Some. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for all future content. So we're going to have a little look at something today which is kind of interesting. It kind of goes into the last video regarding Funimation, how certain things have people going around doing things which Funimation are a bit like, we don't actually like that, and is what we call hypocrites. And it's very interesting, this is because we've said it in previous videos as well, and it's all about how if people knew that VM was this bad, and if these things were supposedly true, that why didn't anyone stop him? It kind of falls into that scenario there. So we're going to look into him. So this is coming from Oblivion's Eddie, so thank you for this. See, here's the common misconception. Either 1, you're calling employers, Funimation, enablers of bad behaviour. 2, you're calling police lazy when they're required to make reports even if frivolous. And 3, if they reported it to friends, they got friends. Please be 1. Funny will love it. And these tweets, so we had two people, they're having a little, not an argument really, it was more of a conversation which someone on KV then decided to, again, throw in a couple of buzzwords because they love buzzwords on KV. People who use buzzwords just like to get other people notice them, and they're like, oh, look what I've said this to someone. And that's why only people use buzzwords. And the people who use buzzwords are mostly people who are looking for attention. So this is the first tweet. Now you're just expressing your opinion and not interpreting the law. So this guy here is the one who's used the buzzwords, as you can see. You fans can't have it both ways. You can't claim it never happened while also getting mad it wasn't reported. The fact is, it was reported multiple times to multiple parties and it was ignored. Because like you, a lot of folks don't take this seriously. Well, again, he's saying a lot of people don't take it seriously. Well, I think he's actually living in the bubble. And he's probably living in the bubble which Monica and everyone else lives in. Because, well, as far as I know from where I'm from here in the UK, this kind of thing is taken very seriously. And, you know, you got cases which have been cold cases for decades. And people are still investigating them because these are big deals. And again, you can see he's used the buzzword at the very top, you fans. And it's very funny because people who, again, like I said, people who use those kind of buzzwords, they want to be noticed. But another thing as well is, these people, the ones who use these type of buzzwords, are normally those people that they are talking about. Projection is a huge thing that KV do. And when he says there, you know, it was reported multiple times, to who? Which multiple parties were involved in this, and who ignored it? So, again, like they were saying, well, if these people knew, then they're as bad as them because they basically took part in it. They didn't warn anyone. They didn't let fans know. They didn't let the authorities know. And if Funimation did know about it, well, Funimation should be taken apart then, really, shouldn't it? The people who work at Funimation, the ones who work in the HR department, just saying, you know, then they all should be fired as well, don't you think? And they should actually be done to the full extent of the law because, well, they condoned it. They allowed that certain stuff to happen. They basically took part in those things. But you won't see people on that side, like this person, say all that is agreeable. Because, no, it's royal, yeah, so, you know, they just start getting flustered and they start mumbling. That's the problem, and that's actually the really funny thing about it. But they carried on, so someone went back to him. An appeal is exactly a do-over because he wants new judges to look over the same paperwork, reach a different conclusion and decide the original made a mistake and thus his ruling wrong. Which is very true because Judge Chupp, going by a lot of things, even though it didn't go our way, he done a lot of things which made a lot of people in the law world and people who are judges, especially here in the UK, because I know quite a few people who are solicitors, which are lawyers in the States, and I've shown them this and they're like, well, why is he not reading it? That's one of the main things that people have picked up on, is that Judge Chupp didn't exactly read over everything, and he never asked for certain things. And this is going to be quite interesting because I say, you know, with 3 judges for the appeal, And maybe they may not make the mistakes Judge Chubb did, but we don't know until we actually see the outcome of it and we actually see the documents. But then there's someone else, which is really good, and in the following to this tweet, someone put, which is Lady Titiania, "Yep, either Funny doesn't operate correctly, the police never did their job, or the people that knew for years chose their career over the safety of the fans. So it cannot be the second because the police have to document it. So it is either 1 or 3 or both, except it is false." And with that one, I love that one because what she says, people chose their career over this. And we all know those people. Monica, Jamie, Chris Sabat, Sean Schemmel, DC Douglas, all these people, the ones who have said and all this rubbish about him. And remember, Sean Schemmel is being documented, and Chris Sabat, as far back as 2009, 2008, so just over a decade, stating certain things regarding VM. And what do they do about it? Nothing. Stan Dallin even put that in his affidavits. Chuck did as well. And they were like, yeah. They never had any safety for anything. They just didn't care. They told me all these stories about him. They made certain things up about him, and they didn't do a thing about it. That's what makes this even worse. That Monica, Jamie, all these people, they chose their career over the safety of other human beings. Because that's exactly what narcissists do. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people soon.